in the workshop. Dalton, can also check your microphone, like if it's working and stuff. Yeah. You're going to need it for the workshop. Yes, some more people are joining. So just a few minutes, we just need one or two more. Right, Victor, just check your microphone because of the next exercise. Yeah, and 10. So we get started. Yeah, yeah. Good. Hello, everyone. My name is Bidian. I'm going to take you through this. I'm quite excited for this. So we're going to talk about meaningful youth engagement. But before we do that, we're going to have some small activity, check-in activity. I think Gagan will probably help us with setting up the breakout rooms for that activity. And then when we get back, we just explain some of your understanding on what meaningful youth engagement. So this is a two-section workshop. Today we have approximately slightly less than an hour, maybe 50 minutes, 55 minutes on the first principle and some of the barriers that you have in meaningful youth engagement. And then the day after tomorrow, we will have another session for around 50 to 1 hour, and we'll talk about the remaining part of the conversation. Yeah. Is there anyone with a question so far before we go to this breakout? Anyone with a question? Okay, can you hear me at least?
Yes.
Yes. If you can hear Bidian, we can put an emoji in the chat box. Your favorite emoji in your chat box.
Well, I actually myself don't know how to put an emoji in the chat box, but
let's try that.
Okay. Now, if Nambiro can hear us and she's deep down in the village, I'm sure everyone can hear now. Yeah. So, familiar faces, names. So we are going to start by a small activity that we are all going to participate in. So you're going to be in some group, and each one of you just a check-in activity, which is a simple one per se. And what you're required to do in that check-in activity is to talk about if you are a superhero. Like you, as a person, you are a superhero. Which one would you be, and why do you think you would be that? So you're going to be one or two people in each group. And then as you talk about being a superhero, then which one would it be? So each person will be given 1 minute uninterrupted to talk about them as a superhero. So this is how you check in for this session. Talk about yourself as a superhero, and then what you would be doing. Like, what do you think it's your powers and stuff, and what would you be doing with that power? So for 1 minute each person. And if you check your phone, you'll be allocated to some of these groups automatically. And I hope you do enjoy talking about superhero fantasies. Then we'll come back and get started on the workshop. So please check your screen. There's a request for you to join a side room, breakout room, for you and your partner to do superhero kind of things. Hello, on your screen, you need to click it. You need to press it's there on the screen, yeah? People need to go, yeah? Gagan, you need to join. Tasha, you need to go. Yeah, Dalton, you also need to go. Like all of you just need to go. Like everyone just needs to go away to their side rooms. Yeah. Has everyone been allocated? Oh, Hamza, you're supposed to be gone.
Oh, hi, Bidian.
Hi.
I lost connectivity in between.
Yeah, I thought you already gone. You already went to a room, so you're surprised you're here.
I lost connectivity. Maybe you can allocate me to the room.
Maybe allocate you to. Nah, I think there should be an option now.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah, sounds good. Mevin, you also have an option for you. Please move to the side rooms and talk about superhero things. Now, this other Hamza, you don't want to go? Hamza official. Gagan, why don't you want to go?
No, I'm okay here.
Okay. So tell me about your superhero fantasies. So what do you want to be?
I don't know which superhero I'd want to be.
Yeah.
But my superhero would be one that can make people smile.
Smile, unnecessarily on the street, like laughing gas.
Yeah, basically, just be happy at whatever point.
Oh, okay. Somebody's alone in their room. Oh, I need to add them to room 2. Okay, moved. Yes, moved them to room 2. Hopefully they move. Yeah, your superhero is one that would want to make people laugh. Interesting. Well, I haven't really thought about mine that much.
And this is your favorite breakout room thing to do?
Superhero?
Yeah, I think I've done the superhero thing with you.
Yeah, don't complain. Just participate. Huh. Ask Doug. Una link up. You're supposed to go to some group and discuss which kind of superhero you are. Dalton, you should probably do the same. Oh, maybe he's alone. Oh, okay, I need to bring people back. We'll talk about you this in you, my superhero thing. I want to be a superhero. Seriously.
What superhero?
Well, I'll talk about it when people are left, when people have gone back.
Okay.
Welcome back, everyone. It's nice to have you back. A few more people are joining back. Yeah, and 3, 2, 1, everyone is brought back by force, which is good. The app sorts that. Yeah. So welcome back, everyone. Just randomly, does anyone want to share other people's superhero things? Like what your colleague wanted to be? Anyone feel like sharing? Maybe Christine, you want to tell us what your colleague wanted to be?
One of them said Spider-Man, sorry. Because they'd be able to get to anywhere they wanted quite fast.
Okay. Yeah. Well, now they don't have curfews on inter-county, but well, I suppose it can also be very useful. Yeah. Anyone else wants to share theirs? Spider-Woman. Yes. Remember you joined. So which spider did you choose?
Well, we never got a chance to discuss superheroes. The time was short, so we were just catching up.
Well, that is the intention of the purpose. But then what superhero would you want to be yourself?
Like the person I was in the breakout room was already my superhero. Like was already the ideal superhero. Yeah. Through her passion and activism for medical students. So yeah. But ungetupatia time zaidi.
Yeah. The next exercise will be people posting their numbers, so you might just get lucky. So guys, welcome all for the session. So now we are going to talk about meaningful youth engagement. Mostly we deal about barriers and principles. First off, we are going to, everyone will just say one word on what comes to their mind when we say meaningful youth engagement. Then we can just dive into the principles about it. So we mention your name, then you can say one word on what comes to your mind. Then I'll introduce the principles and then we can have a discussion about it, if that's okay with you guys. So maybe I'll start with you, Gagan. Just one word. What comes to your mind when you hear meaningful youth engagement?
Involvement.
Good. Okay, there are two Hamzas. So I'll just say Hamza, the host, co-host.
Conversation.
Conversation. Okay. Asdak Ventures. This is Guaro. Oh, we can't really hear you. Okay, we move to Christine.
Problem solving.
Problem solving. Thank you. Dalton.
Engagement.
Engagement. Gillian.
Action and impact.
Yeah, action and impact. Kusema na kutenda. Oh my goodness. Oh, no. Oh, kutenda na. What is impact in Swahili? Okay. Nambiro will tell us down there. Maggie? Aggie. Okay, Sam.
Inclusive.
Inclusive. Victor.
Influential.
Influential, and then yes, maybe finally.
I think MSAKE.
Oh, MSAKE.
Yeah.
You're drinking a lot of passion juice about MSAKE. As Daka just said, the decision is one of the best things. So, and then Nambiro. Oh, she's left. Oh, okay, sad, so sad. Yeah. So, meaningful youth engagement is why actually all of the things that you've said is there, but then how I like to defining is a situation whereby young people are supposed to be engaged, and it's not necessarily that your opinion should change their decisions, but it's a situation whereby young people and other stakeholders are engaged, and the voices of young people have a real chance at changing the final decision. So, when your voice can change the decision guaranteed, then that is almost bulldozing. It's almost like saying those other people don't have an opinion. But when your voice have a real chance of changing that opinion, so that you're not just rubber stamping, but when you ask about your opinion, if your opinion holds water, then it has a real chance at influencing the main decision that was in that room. And that brings into play everything that you've said, like with MSAKE's young people engagement and gathering together, being decisive, having some influence, so that when you say that, you actually have a real chance of influencing the final decision that is being made by those who are the decision bearers. We call them duty bearers. So your opinion is actually valued by duty bearers. We do have some few things that we call the principles of meaningful youth engagement, and we're going to dive right into it. Then we'll keep adding into this conversation as time goes. I think I saw Natasha. Oh, she left. Okay. We'll keep adding into this conversation as time goes. Yeah. So first part is some of the principles that protect meaningful youth engagement. Does anyone know a principle? You can raise your hand and say something. Okay. Okay. So what I will do, I'll just mention a few of them, maybe 3, 4 principles, and then I'll explain them, and then we will be grouped together, and then you will try and discuss on how that principle can improve meaningful youth engagement. Okay. And why do you think this is a very important principle for us to have in this conversation? So we'll just start with the first one, which is self-organized. So for meaningful youth engagement to happen, one of the main principles is self-organization. The young people have to organize themselves. So what happens is that some of these organizations, when young people are marginalized or balkanized, most of these organizations that have influence, they decide to organize young people themselves. They're the ones who organize them. By the time you come, you didn't really have a common goal together that brought you guys as young people, but your common goal is this organization. So that is not one of the greatest way to do it. For meaningful youth engagement to go, self-organization is a very key principle that young people have to organize themselves into groups. The same way, for example, now we are here in the MSAKE General Assembly. MSAKE officials and the medical students are organizing themselves. Yeah, we are having a GA. We recently elected new officials, and the whole process was a decision by the medical students themselves, and then they selected their officials. We can decide our agenda moving forward. That level of self-organization is very important in meaningful youth engagement because of that combined stuff. So I hope you guys remember that. First one, we will have groups, then the groups will have to discuss different things about this. The second one is legally mandated. So when something is legally mandated, it means that it is not by favor that the organizations are inviting you. For example, now we have, I don't like, I'll try to be apolitical, but I have to mention this, like the Building Bridges initiative. So it needs inclusion of young people into the voices of that. When it is legally mandated, then it doesn't feel like it's a favor. Like let us now allow young people to talk about this. When something is legally mandated, it means it is intentional that young people are included in that decision making. Yeah. So it is by law that young people should be included. It is legally mandated. When decision making is being made in the country, our constitution has legally mandated public participation as an important part in decision making. So that's one of it. So the government cannot just come up with policies on themselves and try to include people as a favor, but it is legally mandated that that happens. Yeah. I feel those are like a very big, two big ones, but let's just continue with the next one. The next one is designated. When something is designated is the third principle. When it is designated, it means that the young people that are included in this decision making, so meaningful youth engagement, we'll try and come up with a scenario at the end of the session. When young people are included in decision making, their role and their position is designated. They don't have to scramble for a position with other professional bodies. Yeah. So, for example, with the COVID response and the universities and how we are coming back out of COVID and things like that. So, the government does not necessarily need to bring everyone on the table to discuss. They need to just open it up, and then all stakeholders will come, of course, because they are legally mandated to participate. But also, as they are legally mandated, young people sometimes are made to fight with other stakeholders for a voice. Yeah. For now, like for instance, doctor strike is about to happen and stuff like that. And some of these things are going to have an impact to medical students, because when they strike, then maybe it also affects your academics. There's no ward rounds and all those things are affected, and that ripple effect us. So are you feeling like you are part of this conversation with the government? Like what should happen? So that is the scenario of legally mandated. You should be part of the conversation. But the second part, designation, comes whereby the Kenya Medical Association will talk, and when they are done, the medical students will also be given a chance to talk separately, because we don't need to scramble for a position with the Kenya Medical Association or the Kenya Medical Practitioner Dentistry Union. So our position is designated. Yeah. And the last part is well-resourced. So for meaningful youth engagement to happen, the youth organization have to be well-resourced enough to do their own research, so that when they are contributing, they actually have some backbone in this. Yeah. Well-resourced that, I'm sure there are few MSAKE officials and the artists and upcoming officials, and there's organizing committee of the GA here and stuff. Kenya Medical Association or MPDU would call for a meeting tomorrow at 8:30. Yeah. A handful of people who are officials would have the transportation to go for that meeting. Sometimes the officials of this organization are from Maseno, maybe Uzima, stuff like that. And it's costly to get this transport, or maybe they don't have just a few things that would supposed to facilitate them. They're not well resourced. They don't have enough resources to conduct research beforehand, yeah, or to keep themselves up to date with some of the discussions that are happening. Or in terms of the resources is access. Resources itself can be in terms of access to information. For instance, today the KMPDU had a press conference. I'm sure not all of us here are aware of what was said. So should there be a meeting tonight to discuss what was in the press conference, then most people here do not have the resources to actually know what was discussed, and therefore they will not be able to meaningfully participate in that meeting. And therefore they're just there to rubber stamp in terms of they will just sign, and then it will be young people showed up. This is why I get questions. Does anyone have a question? We talked about self-organized, that young people should organize themselves, that it should be legally mandated, that shouldn't be by favor, but it should be a legal mandate that young people should be included. It should be designated, that young people should not fight for a space when they are there, but they should have a designated time for them to contribute, and then well-resourced. So what is going to happen? You're going to be divided into breakout rooms. This will help you to come up with questions. Yeah, because people don't want to ask questions. They're going to be divided into breakout rooms. This is going to be room 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in each of these rooms, you're going to discuss. So group 1 will discuss self-organized. Room 2 will discuss legally mandated. Room 3 will discuss designated. And room 4 will discuss well-resourced. So for room 1, it will be Gillian, Victor, and Yas. Room 2, Asdak, Hamza, and Maggie. Then 3, Dalton, Gagan, and Sam. 4, Benjamin, Christine, and Irene. And in the discussion, do not discuss the content as English. Yeah, of course, there's English, like, oh, what does it mean? Yeah, but the discussion is, how have you experienced it before? How do you think this principle is important? For example, self-organized. Why do you think it's important to self-organize? And then you can give a personal experience based on your work or something that you have seen before. For example, if it's about designated, have you been in a situation whereby you are supposed to contribute to a discussion, but then you are fighting for a slot to contribute for discussion with other people, so that your position in that discussion was not designated? So in terms of that, does anyone have a question? This is a very nice opportunity to ask questions. Ah, so nice. So, dear friends, if you check your screen, there's like an option to run away to our breakout room. I implore upon you to take the option. Benjamin, if you check your screen, there's an option for you to go to our breakout room. Ah, looks like Benjamin doesn't want to go anywhere. Oh, Hamza has also now gone on strike. Doesn't want to. Hi, guys.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm just waiting for everyone to go. Then I'll join from one to another.
Ah, okay. Oh, you're also able to select.
Yeah.
So sad. Well,
You're also able to do that.
yeah, I just allocated you so that you're not able to select. But, let me try and see if I can stop you from selecting.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hilda can go into waiting room 2.
Oh, you want, okay, I took her to 1 because Franca is on the waiting room. She'll probably go to waiting room 2.
Okay.
Where you were supposed to be, and you have vehemently refused to go. Hi, Franca. Franca.
Yes, Bidian.
Well, I'm just adding you to room 2 so that people don't hear.
Okay, what's happening?
People are discussing different principles of meaningful youth engagement, and room 2 is discussing why it is supposed to be legally mandated for it to be supported. We just hear what they're saying there.
So,
okay, sent you there. Hamza, how are you? Gagan.
You scared him away.
Yeah, he's gone away. Do you think, you know this conversation is live streamed, like our conversation right now? Hello, Hilda. So if you check your screen, there's an option for you to go to a breakout room. Just click on that option. Thank you. Gagan, okay, over to you.
Yes.
Why do you think that these are important principles?
Bidian. Because I think we are the future, so we need to have a say. You know, a lot of the decisions made are going to relate to our future more than the people who are sitting there making these decisions.
Yeah. Do you think I should write them a message on what they're supposed to discuss for each room?
Yeah, I think so, just so they are sure.
Maybe they don't know what they're supposed to do. Oh my goodness, I've sent for room 1. And I'm going to send one by one. You left and came back.
I was just seeing what happens if I say join the room, but it gives me the option to join any room.
You're a lucky one. You can choose. Some of us don't get that luck.
You want to go to the breakout room, you can go and have a look at the conversation happening.
Yeah, I can always go and come back. Yeah, in fact, let me show up in one. Let me show up for. Okay, I'll join you later. Bye.
Okay.
See you later. Guys, Gagan.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a host again.
Yeah.
Why is Asdak here? He's supposed to be in a breakout. Okay, bye guys. I'm going to a breakout room. Asdak, you need to be in a breakout room. When Eric. But I guess they're also coming back in a few minutes. So
Let me out. No participant.
welcome back, Franca. Everyone, welcome back.
Thank you.
Ulikuwa na swali when you're in the breakout room.
Ni nani?
Well.
No, I think I'm going to lead you.
Okay. You're asking where the washrooms are.
Yeah,
in
like
online,
I've been drinking so much water, like it's been hard. Wait, is this live on YouTube?
Yeah, talking about
God,
you drinking
Sawa,
water.
we're done. Yeah, I'm not talking anymore.
Very suicidal. I think everyone is back now.
Hello.
Welcome back, everyone. So we get started again by presentations from each group. So maybe we'll start with the first group, group one. We can have Gillian, just 1 minute presentation, why you think it is important for young people to be self-organized. Gillian?
Sorry, could you please repeat? My net got off a bit.
You just present like some of the things you discussed for 1 minute on why it's important to have it self-organized.
All right. So in my group, we just talked about the self-organization in terms of, okay, first of all, it starts with you as an individual organizing yourself in terms of knowing how you, if for example, you're to do a project, you have to manage your time first, and then you'll have to involve other people. And now, since we're in if it's a student-led organization, you just have to try and involve other student representatives from all over, and also approach maybe lecturers or other seniors who could help you in your project. So our self-organization aspect or the principle was just based on that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so when you have self-organization, as she has explained, it also helps you guys have a common cause. Like everyone buys into the idea that you're trying to discuss. That is really good. the next group, group 2, please, let's have a presentation from Franca. Why it's legally mandated.
I know we actually have Guaro representing us.
Guaro. This was Dak. I knew it was Guaro. Guaro.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, what's here?
So I'm as Dark Ranger. So we said about legally mandated. We gave an example of, let's say, a teacher is legally mandated to teach. So that is his role. So for the youths, we also said legally mandated can also refer to when, let's say, you have a situation where youths are supposed to give their opinions, or they are supposed to participate maybe in a voting process or in a budget making process, and the youths have that opportunity to give in their views. I think from what we agreed that they are legally mandated to do that. So the youths must like vote or must engage in ways which have been provided, either by giving opinions or by voting.
Thank you very much. Yeah, legally mandated. And you've explained it very well. A teacher is legally mandated to teach. Therefore, they are expected to do teaching. Therefore, it has to be legally mandated that young people have to share their opinion before some big decision is made. Thank you very much, Waro, as Dark Ventures. Yeah. So group 3, over to you, Dalton. Why it's important for it to be designated?
I think Sam will present for us.
Sam, over to you.
Okay. Watu wanapenda people have been changing the participants. Anyway, hello, you can hear me?
Yes, perfectly well.
Okay, so number one thing, okay, our question was to discuss why we think it's important that the youth have a designated role in decision making. And our first point was that, first of all, the youth make a majority of the population. In most countries, including our country here in Kenya, we are the majority of the population. So any decision making that excludes the youth is will most likely not be not having a majority of the population included. The other thing is because the youth are innovative and tech savvy, so they bring in a new idea on board easily. And the youth are the current and also the future, in that the youth will make decisions that will not only apply now, but also the years to come. And finally, to ensure that the youth agenda is implemented. Since when the youth have a representative who's not a youth, you will not be sure that the agenda is implemented. But when it's one of them, the agendas are well implemented and taken care of. So that is what we discussed. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good explanation of the mantra, nothing without us, nothing about us without us. Yeah. Thank you very much. And to the final group, group 4. Yeah. Irene, you want to take us through this? Why it's important to have youth organizations that are well resourced as a principle for meaningful youth engagement? Irene? Okay, maybe somebody else. Christine, do you want to take this?
For well-resourced, why it's important to be well-resourced, we discussed resources in terms of maybe cash, where if you have the resources, we have the resources as youth, it will make it easy to be able to carry out research, and our participation in maybe meetings there'll be a contribution which we are able to give. Then also participation in terms of attending meetings. Like if you have resources, it's easy for you to attend the maybe meetings, attend conferences where your contribution as youth is able to be heard.
Thank you very much. That's actually very well detailed. Yeah. Thank you very much. So thank you very much for the session. I think we are done with the first part of it. The next part is pretty simple, like very straightforward. So the barriers to these ones is the principles, and then you like turn them upside down, like self-organized. Then the barrier to it will be when these groups are organized by someone else, like by corporates. For example, if the government is the one organizing youths that are supposed to come and talk to them. So by doing that, they leave out, because they pick the young people who are probably elites, or they pick a particular class and leave out a particular group of people during that selection process. So when you turn this thing upside down, so the barriers are like when it's not self-organized, when these things are not legally mandated within Constitution, when young people are not given a designated time for them to contribute, or when they lack resources. However, there's one important barrier that's very nice to tackle separately, which is individualization. Yeah. Individualization is a barrier in the setup whereby one young person is selected to represent young people in one place. Like for instance, today we could be here and then we decide to select Becky to represent us in a Youth for UHC movement, a Youth for Universal Health Coverage movement discussion on how young people can be a key part in UHC conversation, or maybe she represent MSAKE for that. And then after that meeting, she realized that there is also another meeting that is taking place about sexual and reproductive health and rights for teenagers in Homa Bay County. And because we are used to sending her there, we have individualized this representation to one person. So Becky again attends this other meeting, and Becky attends another meeting on corruption. Yeah. So that's a case of individualization, because with time, this person does no longer represent the opinion of the young people. Yeah. It's important that the person selected is not selected by the organizations that are hosting the meeting or the decision makers. It's important that young people can self-organize and select the people who are representing them. And if possible, they can alternate so that they take people with a particular group of expertise into their meetings that they wish for them to attend, so that not everyone attends everything, something like that. Yeah. I don't know if I make sense. So what you're going to do, you're going to break out rooms for 5 minutes. This is not going to be long. There are only 3 groups, so you're going to be a little bit more people per group. And what you're going to discuss is something new that you've learned today, and also something that, and then you should just try and explain how meaningful youth engagement touches to you and your work. For example, have you been to a meeting where you tried to talk and then you felt that you're not well represented or were not well heard? How was your experience? You could share there. And also you could share, like, what is your notion? What do you actually think normally happens in these meetings when people go? When, for example, one of you, maybe Guaro, is attending a meeting with government about anti-corruption. What do you think is the thing that is going to discuss there? What do you think happens there? But have you ever attended a meeting and you felt, even a school board meetings, when the universities come up with I don't know if you guys discussed this, but after every 2-3 years, the university normally come up with the institutional gender policy, where they revise it every 2-3 years. And I'm not so sure if you guys are involved in that discussion, but if should you be involved in any university decisions, how are you listened to? Do you feel like your opinion counts? And which among some of these principles do you feel like it is lacking? Or which among these principles do you feel like in your experience has been implemented well in things that concern you? So you have a breakout room or as an option for you to go. Then you come back and we'll close it off. So everyone, let's do this. Let's do this. Just check your screen. There's an option for you to like run away. And yeah. Oh, Irene and Maggie, you need to like move to the other group, the breakout room. So there's an option on your screen for you to move to the breakout room. Irene? Oh, Hamza, we're almost done. See?
Yes, sir. Yeah. We're very well in time.
Yeah, very well in time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think it's really nice to keep it short, so that guys come back for the next session excited to learn more.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. Yeah, it's going so well. Like it's going really well. So pretty much excited about this.
Yeah, well done, bro.
Yeah. Gagan, how is the rapping going?
And I'm done with it.
You're just waiting to call an Uber.
Oh, I don't know if is Irene there.
She is not
when you joined the breakout room, was she there?
No, she wasn't there. She could go on. I think she has
Bro, your voice is coming from very far.
That's so nice. Now?
Yeah, now it's better.
It's because I was lying down on the couch. Like I was lying on the couch looking at the roof. But that's live.
Bidian, in the barriers, they need to discuss whether they're listened to, or
whether they are listened to, or have they faced any of the challenges before from some of these things that we have discussed. Have they been in a meeting where they talked and then they felt not listened to? Then they can talk about which barriers did they face or which principles were lacking in those meetings, something like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move Dalton to group 1, and then I'm going to move Mukami to group 3 so that I can close group 2. Yeah. Yes, that's perfect. That went out so well. Yeah. So they can discuss. Then we are going to cut them short. Look at Hamza. Again, you should invite me for these things.
Even if it was in my hands, I would invite you for sure. But this one, I can't.
Yeah, you've said that live on Facebook. So you have heard that this one you can't. Yeah. Very tragic. Is it time to bring everyone back?
I think yeah. No, isn't it too short of a time yet?
Yeah, that was the intention. They should not finish.
Okay, then you can bring them back.
Yeah, they should okay, yeah, maybe they should need more time to discuss. But 5:28 has arrived, so maybe I should call them back. They've had like 1.5 minutes. I said 5, but I know life is hard. Oh, I have another meeting. That should probably have started. Closing the groups. Crackdown. Everyone should come back now. Welcome back, Victor. Nice to see you. You see how people are not coming back until the end of the meeting.
Bidian,
Ah,
I was moved from breakout room 2 to breakout room 3 in the middle there somewhere.
yeah, that was so nice. How was the experience?
We were starting in breakout room 2 and I found them finishing in breakout room 3. So I feel like I was in Tenet or something of the sort in both.
You need more time.
Yeah. But I'll get to catch up. It's fine.
Yes. Okay. So that is a case of designation. Yeah. You are struggling with everyone else to participate. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Group 2 was disbanded halfway, and people were added to separate groups, unfortunately. But I hope you guys discussed something. So does anyone want to share? We'll just take 2.
We can start with Dalton. Dalton was explaining something and it cut.
Dalton, over to you.
Okay, I think what I was trying to explain was the point on designate about the challenges I've actually faced personally. I was saying that there was a meeting that was once we were invited to participate in, but the time when the meeting was scheduled was in between classes, like it was the same time we're having classes and the same time with the meeting. So we couldn't manage to make it to the meeting. I think that was one of the challenges I experienced personally. So we didn't participate in actually that meeting which we were invited to.
You're not a key part in deciding the time of the meeting. Therefore, you are left out.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. This is there's also a very common pattern about designation. It's about designation. The young people don't have a designated time to contribute. Therefore, when the other stakeholders have time, then the date is scheduled without necessarily bringing you on side on it. Yeah. Anyone else willing to share?
Anyone from group 1?
Group 1 people are satisfied. They are satisfied. They have given up. Yeah. Well, that is really nice. So thank you very much, guys. I think we are at the tail end of presentation for today. This has been really great. So we will meet again next week. No, after the day after tomorrow to discuss further. Yeah, Thursday. We'll meet again on Thursday to discuss further. And on Thursday, we will have a case study. We'll have 2 groups immediately we join. We'll have group A and group B, and we'll have case studies. And one group will be working on, there will be young people organizations, and they will be working on how do they ensure that they can prepare well for presentation. So in terms of the advocacy tools that they need to use, like the no-feel, how should they do their messaging? How do they prepare for this workshop? How should they say their words? How should they make those guys feel? Just some of those things. And also the second group will be a group that is supposed to work on inclusion of young people. Then we will talk about what you need to prepare, things that you need to consider when you're inviting young people to your meetings. Yeah, just some few considerations that you should have. And then we would have a trisex on how that can work. I hope it will be exciting on Thursday, and I'm looking forward to seeing you. For now, we are going to check out again in side rooms. Unfortunately, I do like side rooms. Hamza?
Yes, sorry, Bidian. Before we all leave, I'd like to request us all if we can switch on our cameras so we can take a snapshot for our memories.
Okay, sounds good. So how about we do this? We break out to side rooms for 1 minute so that people can talk about something. Then we come back here, take a snapshot. And then you can say bye, 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 bye. Does that work for you, Hamza?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, so in the side rooms, you're going to be 2 people in the group. One person is supposed to talk about a cup, and another one is supposed to talk about a table for 1 minute uninterrupted. Please, when you get to the rooms, decide who is talking about a cup and who is talking about a table. Then you'll have 1 minute to talk about those things uninterrupted. One person uninterrupted, then the other person will talk about the other thing uninterrupted. And personalize it. So you should talk about your favorite table, and then somebody else will talk about their favorite cup during that breakout room. And I'm looking forward to that. Then we'll come back here and take a group photo. please show up for the group photo. It's like one of the great important times. Okay, on your screen, there's like an option for you to bounce to some rooms. Gagan, you're supposed to talk and interrupted me and you.
You can talk about the chair and the.
Yeah, I have two chairs. My favorite chair is the one I'm sitting on, very fluffy and puffy. That's where, okay, I can't say that loudly live on YouTube. But yeah, but I like this chair a lot. Yeah, it's very close to the door. So unfortunately, when I get in, I can just jump right to it. It's very nice, like my second bedroom. So yeah. Your turn. Cup.
Am I still doing the chair?
Cup.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like this cup. This is my favorite cup because it's large enough for me to get in all the coffee that I require, and it's a convenient size for me to walk around with around the house. It's always there as soon as I need to get myself a drink. I've got two of the same ones, so that there's always one available. Yeah.
Well, that's 30 seconds, so that's fair. I'm bringing everyone else back now. Yeah, people have really bonded. You see, nobody has come back yet. They're bonding.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, normally people would rush back. Ah. Franca, you were among the first one to come. You guys didn't have anything to say?
We did actually.
You've been told time is up and you just left. People normally like try to talk.
You gave us more than 3 minutes, but there was a lot of sharing. My group is very capable of speaking for 1 minute.
Very capable. Yeah. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. It's nice to have you all here. Yeah. So now, we are not going to ask about what people said about their cups, but we hope you have learned something new about your partner. Yeah, about how they like their
Nikitaka
cup.
kuweka video inafanya nini?
Unafinya hiyo part imeandikwa start video. Hivyo. Yeah, we hope you've learned something new about your partners. Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. So if I can request all of us to switch on their cameras, please.
Okay. And you can have yeah.
Hi, Maggie.
Maggie, uko na deni yangu by the way.
Dalton, Becky.
Hey.
Hello. Still waiting for Gillian, Gagan, Franca.
Yeah, you guys just go ahead.
No, we need you. We need you.
No, it's fine.
What?
Rarely has
No,
video.
please. Gagan, well, we're still waiting on Gagan. Dalton.
Asdak, rudi Nairobi bana.
Franca, please switch on your. Has she gone?
Yeah, Franca rarely shows up for things with video. Yeah.
Irene.
You know, in that moment when people show their video and you realize there are two people who owe you money in the same meeting. Such a nice feeling. Sam and Maggie.
Okay, Irene and Gagan, please switch on your cameras for 1 minute and we wrap it.
You guys just continue with this one.
Just a quick one. Irene,
you guys
Silicona uliza videos.
Irene ndiye ameuliza kwa meeting. Watu wanaweka aje video. Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for attending. We see you soon on Thursday. Bidian?
You taking it already?
Yeah. I've taken it. I can take more.
Yeah, you didn't get my good side.
Okay.
You're supposed to get my good side. Huh.
One second.
Oh, Becky is such a poser. I'm a pose. Hey. Okay.
All right, guys. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So see you guys on Thursday.
Becky, Sam, Victor, Maggie. See you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Bidian.
Thank you. Thanks, buddy.
Bidian, the light is not doing you justice.
I'm wearing too black for how I actually look. I don't look like this guys. I look more like Hamza, but very unfortunate.
I agree.
Yeah, the
Becky's
makeup.
really surprised. Becky.
I agree.
You see, you can see this age. You can see some of the white things.
I can see clearly.
Becky, you can see her. Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, guys. See you guys.
Thank you.